Okay, so this is going to be a video tutorial about how to create this savings calculator. So let's take a look at this. So the first thing we're going to do is refresh a few different things. Okay, good. That's finished. Okay, good. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So for example, we have name. Let's do this. Destination is equal to where do you want to go? Now, if I press run or control enter, you can see it says, where do you want to go here? I can type in Japan, and Japan's going to be stored inside destination. How do I know that? Well, I can say print destination, and now when I type in Japan, it will print Japan on the next line. Japan, Japan. Good. That's the first part. Now, another thing you need to know is destination, or rather, price. Let's put how much are the price tickets. How much are the price tickets? How much are the tickets, rather? Good. So let's press play. We'll type in 600. And the interesting thing is that the type of data that price is, we'll type in type, price, is a string. 600. It's a string. So we can't do math of this because, for example, if we put how or remaining weeks, remaining weeks, how many weeks left to save? And we wanted to divide price by remaining weeks to tell us, how much money we should save each week. We can't do that. We can't say print f string. You can, or you should save price divided by remaining weeks. We cannot do this. If I now put in 600, let's put 6. You can see unsupported operand type for string and string. There's a few things I can do. I can either put integer here and then wrap it around the outside, do the same for line 2, or I can just do it directly here. I can just do int like so, and we'll do int, this should be a close, there we go, and we'll do int here, and this will now convert it into a number. So we'll do 600, we have 10 weeks left. Okay, so you should save 60 each week, right? Great, so we've learned about converting strings to numbers, getting input from users, and we've also learned about f-strings. What is an f-string? Well, if I wanted to do this without an f-string, I would do it like this. Print, you should save, plus, and I'd put int price divided by int remaining weeks, plus, here I'd put something else. For example, I would put you should save 60 each week. But there's an issue with this. What is the issue? It's because now we can't do math with this and we can't use numbers inside here. What happens? Unsupported operand type is the error. There we are. Or rather, can only concatenate string to string, not floats, or rather, yes, not floats to strings. So what can we do? Well, we can do something like this. We can say money to save each, I cannot type today, each week is going to be equal to this. And now we can just put this in. Way easier, right? And here we can now put that in right there, and we can actually just convert this to a string, and that will work. But that's like a whole lot of work, right, for what you can do with an f string quite easily. We could have just used this, and it would have been way easier. We could even add dollars. You should save this many dollars each week instead of what we did before. There we go. Which makes it way easier, right? So you should be using f strings. You should be thinking about conversion and thinking about saving things to variables to make your life easier. So in the program, this is the program right here. This is what you need to do. So let's take a look. I'm going to copy and paste this in. Copy and paste. There we go. Okay. This is what we need. The first one's easy. Ask the user how much money they want and save it as an int or float. Okay. So spending money is going to be equal to int input. How much money do you need? Now, as long as I type in a number when I press play, there's gonna be no errors. Now I can say savings weekly is going to be equal to int input. How much can you save weekly? And you get the idea here, right? We're saving as an int. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to store the result of spending money divided by savings and save inside a variable, which you can do. And then you want to print the result using an f string. And it should follow this format. You'll reach your goal of, let's say, $5,000 in 10 weeks, for example, right? That's what you should be doing. It shouldn't be too difficult. The errors you're going to come up with are likely going to be concatenation errors or unsupported operand errors. And all you got to do is figure out the conversion, because you can't do math with words and numbers. And you can't concatenate numbers inside of strings where there's only other words, right? And you should also be using the f string so that you can avoid a lot of trouble too. So this is a short tutorial, I guess, or explainer video about what to do for this homework. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to help. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.